Good morning, OHS. Today is Thursday, January 10th. We don't have really much going on besides sports, so.
Tomorrow is Friday, January 11th, and that is the Frolic Stands at 9 p.m. to midnight. Also on Friday is to wear blue for human trafficking awareness, and they're going to try and take a picture of everyone who wears blue tomorrow morning in the gym.
So don't forget to wear your blue.
Yes.
Saturday, January 12th, Little Girls Dance Clinic, and then the rest are sports. Speech meet at Pierce at 8 a.m.
Alright, Frolics is Friday for grades 9 through 12. It begins at 9 p.m. and ends at midnight. Sign up your out-of-school dates at the office by Friday at 3:30. This is a semi-formal event, which means no jeans. Tell your dates. Please see Mrs. Mann with questions regarding that. Coronation will begin at 9:15. Plan to arrive before that time. Cost will be $5 per person to get in, and the doors will be closed at 9:30. If you have a date that might be late due to a game or something going on somewhere else, let Mrs. Mann know.
If you need to borrow semi-formal clothing so you can attend a Frolics dance this Friday, please email Ms. Swanson at
Jewel Swanson at o'neillschools.org.
Before today.
Yeah. Calling all animated characters. Find your voice and audition for the Schoolhouse Rock Live. Auditions will be held next week before and after school. All auditions will include both acting and singing, but you may be a member of the ensemble without an audition. All materials and audition sign-up are on the OHS Musical Canvas course. Scan the QR code on the flyer in the halls or follow the link here on the announcements. Also looking for crew members, so follow the link to Canvas and sign up for those jobs as well. See Mrs. Lizzie in room 112 with any questions.
Well, there is your good old announcement for today.
Yeah.
Well, that is it. We're going to kick on over to the weather.
Alright.
The temperature right now is 25 degrees, currently clear. South wind at 13 miles an hour, so might be a little chilly.
Yeah.
The high for today is 40 degrees. Tonight low is 25, and for your Friday is 39 degrees. But it looks like your weekend might be a little colder.
Yeah,
Sunday
Friday night might be a little cold.
19 low.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for your weather. We'll go on over to your lunch menu.
Alright, today is the 10th. We have home-style spaghetti with garlic bread, spicy chicken sandwich or a crispy chicken sandwich, and a fresh baked combo sub for your main choices. Oh, and roasted ham and cheddar deli wrap. Then you have peas for vegetables and your regular fruit and veggie bar. And for dessert we have gelatin dessert. That's normally a pretty popular item. And then your choices for milk.
Well, there you go. That's your lunch menu for today. We'll go on over to days of the year. Today is Cut Your Energy Cost Day. So you shut all your lights off in the house, save some money.
And Houseplant Appreciation Day. I wonder if Schoolyard Farmer will do anything special for that.
Bittersweet Chocolate Day. So.
And Peculiar People Day. So we have some peculiar people in our staff here today.
Thank you.
Alright.
Days on this day in history, 14 BC, Julius Caesar crosses the Rubicon, signaling the start of Civil War. 1839, tea from India first arrives in the UK. 1946, UN General Assembly meets for the first time in London. Some good old stuff right there for you. That is it for your announcement.
Nope. Actually, we have the standard response protocol.
Sir.
Today is for evacuate, and you are supposed to go to the announced location that they tell us over the intercom, I assume. But for students, make sure you bring your phone. They tell you to do that, but leave other stuff behind. Leave everything else, but take your phone and follow instructions that are given. Teachers are supposed to lead the evacuation to the location told. Take attendance, notify if missing, extra, or injured students. So
make sure the only important thing you need is your cell phone, of course. So
take your cell phone and make sure you're listening to directions. that happens a lot where people aren't listening to what they're supposed to do.
Do we want to review the other two too or not?
Tomorrow we will.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's going to be evacuated by police, so you have to do it with police today.
Yeah, don't go against them.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, now that is it for your announcements. We'll kick it on over to Ty and Dennis for your sports.
Quality, service, selection. Established in 1990, Specialties and More can help with your screen printing and embroidery needs. We provide high-quality, low-cost service with quick turnaround. Dedication to our customers is what we value. Create your own design or have our on-site artists create one for you. We appreciate your interest in Specialties and More and are excited to work with you on your next project. No job too big or too small because we do it all.
I am Dennis.
And I'm Ty.
And welcome back to your sports. On Thursday, January 10th, we have our JV and varsity girls and boys basketball game at Ainsworth at 5 p.m., as well with the junior high boys basketball at Ainsworth at 5 p.m. And we are also supposed to say the JV is starting at 4:30 instead of 5, and we are playing at the community center.
JV boys.
Yes, the JV boys. So game is not starting at 5; it will be starting at 4:30 p.m.
And for Friday, just the Frolic stand that's happening there. But on Saturday, we have the West Holt Wrestling Invite starting at 9:30 a.m. there for the boys, and the JV and varsity girls and boys basketball home here with Creighton starting at 2 p.m.
And that is all the local sports we have. So kicking on over to national sports, I was once again watching SportsCenter Snapchat before the show came on, and they had at halftime of, I forgot which game it was, but they had like little kids go out and play basketball.
Yeah, the Wizards game.
Yeah, and that kid, I don't know how old they were, but he couldn't have been.
Oh no, that was like all of his force in his body to get the shot there.
He made an NBA too, almost an NBA half-court shot
yeah,
for the win.
I'd say like when you say in between the half-court and three-point line,
yeah.
like if it was spike line.
From the end of the logo.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, but they ended up winning it, and they stormed the court. His team and I guess coaches. Yes.
Yeah.
The Lakers without LeBron beat the Pistons 113 to 100.
What do you think about their death team? Did you see all that stuff about it yesterday on social media? Kyle Kuzma, is that what his name is?
He had 41.
Oh, good for him. He's only second-year player too, which is cool to see. But he was saying that he thinks they can beat the. He wants to see their death team, as he calls it, Lonzo, Rajon Rondo, LeBron, Kuzma, and Brandon Ingram, against Golden State's death team, which would be like KD, Draymond, Boogie Cousins, Steph, and Clay.
I mean, the Lakers don't even have the best record. I mean, I guess the Warriors aren't really doing as good as they have been. But
no. I don't know. Who's leading the West, do you know?
I do not. Was it still the Nuggets? I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, yes, right here. I was watching this on SportsCenter Snapchat. The Bucks beat the Rockets 116 to 109, but I think James Harden had 4 step-back threes, and they weren't like a James Harden step-back. It was like a step-back that didn't look like it was traveling.
Yeah.
It was, so good for him. I think he's working on it. I mean, I guess if it's not, if it works, don't mean.
That's from the MVP game right there,
Yeah, that's what he said with LeBron out. It's probably going to be between Antetokounmpo and James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. I'd be fine if either one of those guys won, to be honest.
Also, in the Pelicans game, I can't think right off the bat who they were. Did they play the Wizards? I don't
know who played the Wizards.
I think it was the Pelicans.
It was at the Wizards, I know that, just because of that video.
But Anthony Davis had 4 blocks. And
I saw that 2 of them were on the same shot.
Yeah, 2. They were dunked back to back. He blocked 2 dunks back to back.
It was crazy.
Assuming the second shot was going to be a dunk.
He blocked the first dunk. He was about to go out of bounds. Some dude threw it into his teammate, and he came out of bounds and blocked the other dude's dunk. First shot. It was crazy. It was pretty cool. Did you see what the Saints head coach said to him?
I did not.
He walked in with a briefcase of $225,000 in cash and the Lombardi trophy on top of it, and said, "You want this? Go and win blank more many games, or 3 more blank games." And I don't know. I mean, it's kind of encouraging to see that $225,000 in cash and a Lombardi trophy. But
did each player get $225,000?
Yeah, that's a bonus. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
it's a lot of money. Just I shouldn't say it's just one game. It's a Super Bowl, but still, it is one game worth of time playing. I
guess if you do watch More Than an Athlete, it is the final episode of the series. LeBron arrives in Los Angeles for his first season as a Laker. So, I mean, I still haven't watched it, but, I mean...
It'll probably be like one of those things I'm like bored late at night one night, and I see one episode and then I start binge watching them or something like that. But, I don't know. I bet they're, like, pretty good. Mm-hmm. I watched the LeBron documentary. It's a really old one, like, before he even went to the Heat. And...
The one where he starts off with him in high school?
Yeah, have you seen that one? It's really good. I mean, I know it's probably like, what, 2012?
He was really popular as a high school kid. I didn't realize how big he was.
I think he's, like, almost kind of kickstart of, like, high school sports or, like, being popularized, you know what I mean? Like, recruits and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I didn't know if you saw, but I put it in the basketball group chat. LaMelo doesn't think he's going to make it to the NBA. He honestly doesn't think he will.
Well, he said that, or what?
Yeah. He was on overtime, and they were taking a lie detector test. And he was asking him if he felt like he was going to go to the NBA, and he said probably not. And it didn't light up, so he was telling the truth. I was like, oh, wow. So, I mean, I don't know what else he's going to do.
You already got his last name made for him. And I go out and, like, if you're, like, anyone of the Ball brothers, you can go and have a basketball clinic and be able to show up.
Yeah. But I don't know. That's just kind of surprising. He doesn't think he's going to make it to the league.
At least he's, like, kind of faces, like, reality.
I know. Like, I mean, the way he plays is kind of...
High school.
Kind of high school basketball. Well, I think that's all we have for our sports. So next we're going to kick it on over to a Schoolyard Farmer with Shan and Han.
Stadium Sports is your one-stop shop in downtown O'Neill or online at www.stadiumsportso'neill.com. For all your everyday, all-day activewear needs, there is something for everyone. Specializing in screen printing and embroidery, we have a graphic artist and equipment in store to get all your ideas done in a timely fashion. Supporting all athletes and customers near and far, we value your continued support. Contact us today at 402-336-3245.
So welcome back to this episode of the Schoolyard Farmer. Today it's just me, and we lost my good show host Hannah, but we should have Ivan the next time I'm here. But anyways, we are now back to the grindstone after getting a beautiful Christmas break, and we will be covering some exciting topics today. So today we're going to be talking all about white flies. White flies are a pest that affects plants, and we have them right here in the state of Nebraska, actually. They're soft-bodied winged insects that are closely related to aphids. You'll see them in mid to late summer, but they are common in greenhouses. They're most attracted to ornamentals and warm weather plants, but they're also a concern in the winter with our poinsettias. And so we have to be really careful to make sure we're looking on the leaves in order that we don't sell people poinsettias with whitefly infestations. They're really detrimental to plants as they dehydrate them and weaken them by sucking all of their juices out of them. And after they suck the juices, they produce a sticky substance called honeydew. And this honeydew can cause funguses to form on your plant. And you can find whiteflies by looking on the underside of the leaves by the veins. And if you find eggs or teeny tiny oval-shaped larvae, a new generation has already started, and your infestation is probably kind of too far gone, if you want to call it that. After swatting whiteflies, they can be controlled. Start by spraying the whiteflies with your garden hose. This will cause them to fly off the plant. Next, you'll want to spray your leaves with the insecticidal soap, making sure you pay special attention to spray the bottom side of the leaves. Only spray the leaves in cooler temperatures because it can ruin your plant if you do it in warm temperatures. One mixture that you can mix up at home to use on whiteflies is a dishwashing liquid soap like Palmolive with lemon and water. And a generous squirt of soap to a gallon of water is probably a good ratio for your spray. And just spray that on the leaves. If you simply cannot get rid of them, you can use a vacuum hose to remove both the nymphs and larvae from the plant, which will ensure that you have got a fresh start to getting them off. So enough about that. Now we are going on to our favorite part of the show, the species spotlight. Today we're going to talk all about wandering Jews. A wandering Jew is, I thought we had one, but apparently we don't, so I'm very sorry. A wandering Jew is a beautiful plant with almost metallic-looking leaves on them, and they require direct sunlight or else their leaves will lose their markings. The soil should be kept moist pretty much at all times, but you should not water the crown of the plant or else the root rot will begin. And you don't want that, or else your wandering Jew will be a lost cause. Wandering Jews have a fairly short life, so it is important that you take good care of it while it's alive. You should pinch back about 1/4 of the plant every so often to ensure that it continues branching and gets that nice full look that people want with their plants. You can actually grow wandering Jews from cuttings in 3 different ways. The first way is to simply cut off a long leg and bury the ends in potting soil. Make sure that the soil is moist and make sure you're not letting the soil dry out during the time that you put your cuttings in there. And after a few weeks you should see some growth. However, the soil that you're using has to be fresh, or else the salt buildup in old soil can kill wandering Jews. It's very lethal to them, so make sure your soil is fresh. The second way is to reroot a wandering Jew in water. You can put a few cuttings in a glass of water by a sunny window, and roots will begin to grow. Later you can transplant them into soil. I know at my house right now we did this with one of our plants, and so we're just waiting for roots to grow and then we'll replant it and get some more plants. The third way to reroot your plant is to simply lay cuttings on top of the soil. Just make sure that the ends at least touch the soil. Soon roots will begin and your wandering Jew will grow. So that's all we have for today. As a side note, the O'Neill FFA chapter will be headed to Atkinson next Wednesday for district leadership development events. Hopefully we bring home some hardware. If you have any questions about your plants or garden, feel free to email us at schoolyardfarmer@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in.